Hi, everybody. Welcome to our session on Microsoft Viva Insights. We're super excited to have you here. My name is Eric Anderson. I'm a GPM in the Microsoft Viva Insights team, and I'm joined here by my colleague Ekta as well.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ekta Agarwal. I'm GPM on Microsoft Viva Insights team, and we are really excited to share what we have in store for Viva Insights.
Right, we have a great session planned today to walk you through how Microsoft Viva Insights can empower an organization in the hybrid world. And we're going to do that by showing you a bunch of our cool features that we have available and coming in Microsoft Viva Insights. We'll talk about how we can enable managers, individuals, and leaders, and everyone to navigate this world that we're in. Before we get started, we should talk about the crazy world that we're living in right now. And all of the changes that have happened in the world have had a pretty profound impact on our workplace. In fact, LinkedIn has started to call this the Great Reshuffle. Where people work has fundamentally changed as hybrid has become a new normal. So hybrid meaning we have some people that are working in an office, we have some people that are working fully remote, and we have other people who are working somewhere in between where they're switching back and forth. But at the same time, most leaders are actually recognizing that they're needing to change policies around their workforce. And let's take a minute to think about why this is happening. First of all, everyone was sent home to work remote. And what this did was it made people realize that not just how people work, but where and when people work actually could change. There was the ability to re-examine the relationship that people had with their work itself. And it's resulted in a new social contract, if you will, between employers and employees. And this is something that companies, all of us, are starting to have to deal with and figure out how we're going to work through that. The other thing that has come from this is something that was surfaced through some work that Microsoft did and published in Microsoft's Work Trend Index report. And Satya Nadella has called this the hybrid paradox. Essentially, what's happened is employees have started to realize that there's a lot of benefit from a flexible work situation. And a lot of employees want a lot of these flexible remote work options to stay. But at the same time, they're recognizing that there's something missing when you're fully remote, when you can't work in person with your colleagues. And so we've got this situation where all of us as employees have this tug of war that we're dealing with between wanting to be flexible, but also wanting to have that really strong and meaningful interaction with all of our colleagues. So as we think about this and think about how we navigate through all of this, Microsoft is trying to enable this with Microsoft Viva. So Microsoft Viva is an employee experience platform that enables companies to think about how they create that optimum employee experience through different modules that are targeted on different aspects of experiences that employees have. And today we're here to talk about Microsoft Viva Insights. Microsoft Viva Insights brings data into the conversation around employee experience, which historically may have been thought of as a more qualitative type of discussion, one that's hard to measure, one that's hard to get really tangible with data. And with Viva Insights, we're changing that conversation. We're making it data-driven and using that data to make it more biased towards action so that we can actually drive positive change within the organization. Microsoft Viva Insights does that by providing privacy-protected insights and actionable recommendations across the organization. And it does that along two dimensions. First, it helps you understand how you work and what are those working patterns that are happening within your company that helps work it done. And second, it helps bring actionable recommendations within the flow of work. And it does this by surfacing it in multiple places. It does it in Teams, where a lot of people are doing a lot of their work in collaboration today through the Microsoft Viva Insights Teams app. It does it in Outlook, in both the Outlook client and the email inbox itself. And it does it through web experience as well. So as we think about those two dimensions and how we enable the organization, one of the most exciting and powerful things is that it enables the entire organization from the top all the way to the bottom. Individuals receive personal insights visible only to themselves that help them identify those opportunities to change how they work so they can do their best work. Recommendations such as, how to recharge, how to make sure you're keeping that balance between work and your personal life, and how to create the right areas of time in your work schedule to enable deep focused work. All of those help you prioritize well-being and boost productivity. Managers are some of the most influential people within an organization. They have a lot of touch throughout the company. They touch a lot of employees, but they're also looked at as super positive role models for other members of your company. And with managers, we can provide visibility into the work patterns of teams, giving insights into things that actually create positive and negative employee experiences within those teams. So helping managers understand if their teams are working after hours or if they're spending too much time in meetings. All of those things are insights that managers can use to then have the ability to take action and set their teams up for success. And then this all comes together when aggregated at the leader level. So leaders are in a position to be able to see and understand macro level patterns within the organization. And their ability to keep a pulse on the company through data that helps them do that, identify opportunities, and then go drive change throughout the organization for a positive impact tied to the business outcomes that we're driving is really powerful. And in addition to the experiences that they can get directly through the surfaces that they interact with in the flow of work, through Viva Insights, they can also do very deep custom work in partnership with an analyst through an analyst experience that helps them get very deep and custom around a very specific business problem. So all of these help an organization navigate the hybrid world and work through hybrid work. And I'm going to pass it to Ekta, who's going to help bring this to life through a bunch of examples of features and capabilities within the product itself.
Thanks, Eric. How we work is surely changed, but let's take a moment to focus on managers. Over the course of the last 18 months, managers have played a uniquely important role in the landscape of remote and hybrid work. They're on the front line for helping their teams remain engaged while ensuring business priorities move forward. A 2021 Gartner study found 68% of HR leaders thinking managers are overwhelmed by new hybrid work responsibilities. Yet, just 14% of organizations have changed manager role and reduced their responsibilities. Managers need new tools to help navigate the challenges of the hybrid work environment. We are announcing today expanded manager insights across surfaces for managers and leads with teams of any size. This will make manager insights available to any people manager with one or more direct reports, as opposed to needing 9 directs to be considered a manager. We are also expanding to include vTeam leads who collaborate with virtual teams on a regular basis. An updated My Team tab will show actionable recommendations to empower managers and team leads to preserve time for uninterrupted work, stay connected with team members and keep up with an outstanding task, explore their own personal habits that impact their team's effectiveness like meeting behaviors, one-on-one time, quiet hours impact, recognize strengths and accomplishment with praise to increase engagement and morale in their team, continue to get engagement and effectiveness insights for their teams of 9 or more. We are also sharing updates for manager insights across surfaces such as in Outlook and web via the briefing email and monthly digest and the Viva Insights homepage to help managers foster engagement and reflect on habits that impact team culture. The 3 key areas of focus for these expanded capabilities are intelligent nudges to help stay connected with your team, reflective insights that can influence team culture, and finally, action plans to help foster positive team norms. Let me walk you through these. Starting with nudges, these are designed to help you action in the flow of work and stay connected and invested with your team, with reminders to schedule one-on-one with team members, act on tasks you promised to get done, review important emails and documents from team members that you haven't read yet. In Outlook, the briefing email will have a manager-specific catch up with your team card that helps manager keep up with one-on-ones or open tasks. The Stay Connected tab in the Teams app will also enable managers and leads to toggle to tasks specific to their teams. The My Team tab also enables managers to quickly and easily send praise to their team members and foster a team of acknowledgement and recognition with just a few clicks. We also want to help managers understand and reflect on their own work patterns. Are your team members getting enough time with you? Is the manager's own work habits impacting quiet time for their own team? These insights can then be used to create targeted change plan for your team to reduce meeting overload and improve work-life balance. Reflective insights are also available across other surfaces in the flow of work, in the Outlook through the monthly digest email, and on the web with the Viva Insights homepage. Managers can also create action plans to promote healthy norms across their team. For example, they can initiate a no meeting day plan to reduce meeting load and help the team carve out time for focused work. Now let's move on to the meetings. We know meeting fatigue is a reality. Recent data from Microsoft's Work Trend Index have found both an increase in the length of meetings and the total time spent in meetings. Hybrid work is making meeting effectiveness all the more important and challenging, and helping organizations navigate this area is a key focus for Viva Insights. This is all about making meetings better, which is a goal we hear from customers all the time. This is relevant across all levels in the organization, from leaders who wants to set the right tone for hybrid norms and ensure inclusiveness, to managers who want to model the right practices and help their teams to be productive. And finally, individuals who want to improve their meeting habits, leverage best practices, and ward off meeting fatigue. To help support these goals, a new Effective Meetings experience will be rolling out in the coming months in the Microsoft Viva Insights app and Microsoft Teams. With this feature, meeting organizers will be able to view personalized insights and suggestions to help improve their meeting habits, as well as feedback for their meetings. Users will be able to create and share meeting plans to help build shared team meeting norms. For example, shorter meetings by default to allow for breathers in between, and always including team links. Finally, insights on meeting categories can help an individual better align the time they spend in meetings to their business and personal priorities. For example, a leader can reflect on how much time they are spending across customer meetings, business reviews, or mentoring or coaching sessions, and make informed decisions around their own meeting habits. Opportunities like this to reduce meeting fatigue ties into our vision of helping employees prioritize their well-being. We announced and have been rolling out several features earlier this year that encourage individuals to bring mindfulness into their workday right in the flow of work. Users can access the Viva Insights homepage to tap into moments of reflection, gratitude, and breathing breaks. They can also use the nudges built in this view to stay on top of the task with key collaborators. Individuals receive personal insights visible only to them to help them understand and reflect on how they work, as well as to assist them in the flow of work to build better work habits. The My Analytics experience you are already familiar with will get rebranded over time to Microsoft Viva Insights. And today, I'll give you a closer look at what's available and coming next with the new Viva Insights app and Teams. We unveiled our vision for this at Microsoft Ignite 2020 and made this available in the public preview with an initial set of personal productivity insights in February 2021. This past summer, we rolled out additional personal well-being experiences such as virtual commute and a home tab with the reflection, praise, task reminders, as well as curated set of headspace meditation to help you relax your mind and recharge with quick mental breaks. Weekly meeting times for team users have more than doubled since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. Back-to-back meetings increase stress and make it harder to stay engaged and focused. In just a few minutes a day, meditation and mindfulness with Headspace can help you reduce stress and improve focus. Earlier this year, we brought a curated set of guided meditations and mindfulness exercises from Headspace to the Viva Insights app to help you start your day grounded, relax your mind before a big presentation, or disconnect from the work in the evening. These have been available in English so far and have been very popular. We are excited to roll these out in 4 additional languages: French, German, Portuguese, and Spanish later this month. Remote work has eliminated physical boundaries between work and life, and an increase in after-hours chat has led to a feeling of being always on. To help create better boundaries and protect your personal time, Viva Insights will enable the ability to configure quiet time to silence mobile notifications from Outlook and Teams outside your working hours, and as well as provide personalized insights on how well you are disconnecting. You can modify your quiet time settings anytime and will be able to set quiet time directly from Teams and Outlook Mobile. Additionally, you will be able to see personalized insights on how well you're disconnecting over time. The virtual commute experience can help you to be intentional about unplugging after hours. At the end of your workday, this guides you to close out tasks to free up valuable mental space. Preview what's planned for tomorrow and reflect on how you felt about the day. Guided meditations from Headspace are integrated into this experience as well to help you mindfully disconnect. Thank you. Now I'm going to hand it over to Eric, who will walk you through the leaders' experiences and what we have in store for our roadmap.
Thanks, Ekta. There's so much cool stuff that's coming for individuals and managers. Super excited to see that stuff coming to life. But what about the third group? What about the leaders? What about the CHROs, the CEOs, business unit leaders that are running our companies? We all know that this group of people, they're super starved for time, but also starved for a pulse on what's going on within the organization. And Viva Insights can provide that pulse. It can provide them the ability to quickly assess their organization and see what shifts are happening much more in real time than what they might have been able to do with traditional collection methods around employee experience, things like engagement surveys and so forth, where by the time you collect a point in time piece of information, it may already be irrelevant because time has moved on. So Viva Insights enables organizations to get that right at their fingertips for their leaders. And when leaders want to go deeper into the data, they also have the ability to work with analysts or other business partners to get fully customizable insights through the Advanced Insights interface. This enables leaders to get data super specific on things that are important to them and things that they need to do to drive the right business outcomes. This can be done through pre-built templates that are a starting point to accelerate the ability for an analyst to get to that specific answer that they're trying to get, as well as a starting off point for them to customize, or they can go and use the fully customizable capabilities to get very advanced into data science and people analytics work. And the leader space is a space that we're super excited to even make more comprehensive and a full experience for the leaders themselves. As we are thinking about how to enable this group of leaders using Viva Insights, we're starting to bring much more inspiration for leaders through curated thought leadership content, more and more insights beyond what we have already, and much more of a focus on how to drive action across the organization, leveraging the learnings from those insights, and then being able to track the impact of all of those actions that we're taking across the organization. So we're super excited about what's coming next for leaders within Microsoft Viva Insights. Before we go any further, I want to take one moment to hit on something that is super important here at Microsoft and something that we don't make any decisions about within Microsoft Viva Insights without thinking about the impact that it has on privacy and the ability for us to enable our customers to use Microsoft Viva Insights in an empowering, transparent way to increase the organizational effectiveness and employee experience. And we set up Microsoft Viva Insights with built-in privacy controls to enable just that. We put the control in the hands of you, the customer, to determine how you want to deploy it, how you want to set that up, what is the scope that you want to enable for your organization, and then provide a bunch of built-in safeguards within the product to make sure that it's set up to deliver on that promise. Things like de-identification of data, aggregation limits where data can't be viewed unless the group is of a certain size, and even things like differential privacy, which introduces noise into the data, so it eliminates any possibility that an individual could be identified within a broader data set. And when we talk about private personal insights, we truly mean private. Personal insights that are surfaced to an individual are only for that individual themselves. Nobody else can see that data, not their manager, not their leader, not their admin, only the individual itself. And so privacy is something that's really important to us. We think that it is something that should be important to everybody. And we feel really confident about the way that Microsoft Viva Insights surfaces that for all of our customers. So if you think about all of the stuff that Ekta walked us through, that we've talked through around Microsoft Viva Insights, there's tons of new things that are coming and lots of new innovation around the product itself. But we're super excited about more and more innovation that's coming even faster in the future. So if you think about all of those things around personal, manager, and leaders, we have more. Things like making our focus time even more immersive by bringing the capabilities of Headspace to built in timers and breaks in that focus time so that we make sure we get the most out of that experience. Continuing to evolve the Viva email experience, which provides insights directly to you within your inbox, which is a place where we unfortunately spend a lot of time. But bringing that for individuals and managers directly into that experience so that we get curated company content, deeper value from other Viva modules as well through that email experience. And then for leaders, we talked earlier about wanting to make that a more immersive experience for the leader. One of the things that we're super excited about is bringing inspiration to leaders through thought leadership content that we can use leaders to help think about how they can apply the insights they get from Microsoft Viva within their organization to drive that overall employee experience. The last thing that I want to mention here is we're continuing to invest in extensibility, and that extensibility enables our partners to deliver value on top of the Viva platform. Things like you may have seen from previous sessions around Microsoft Viva about our partnership with Glint, but thinking about how we build on those partnerships to make that experience even more valuable as we connect across a broader ecosystem. So how do we get started? How do we learn more? There's tons of resources available for all of you. You'll see at the top here, there's a link to a website and our blog where you can go learn more information. You can stay up to date on the latest news and announcements about Microsoft Viva Insights. But you can also get in touch with a bunch of experts out there that are ready to help you get educated more and more through your account team. The last thing is once you are ready to get started, there's a lot of resources available to you to help you get set up in the best way. So Microsoft Viva Fast Track is available to support all of our customers who are ready to use Microsoft Viva Insights. It's a benefit offered by Microsoft that gives experts to customers who have more than 150 eligible licenses and provides them expertise around how do you set up and deploy Microsoft Viva Insights so you can accelerate that time to value and accelerate the value and expand the value that you can get out of the product itself. So we're excited for you to take advantage of these resources. We're excited for you to learn more. And we thank you for joining our session today. We think there's a lot of really great things that are coming. And so on behalf of myself, Ekta, and the entire Microsoft Viva Insights team, thanks for joining. We hope to see you using our products and services soon.